Stop. Do not spend that penny in your pocket. What if I told you that a single 1-cent coin, something most people throw in a jar and forget, could actually buy you a luxury car or even a house? Most people see a penny. Collectors see a fortune. Today, I'm revealing the top 3 Lincoln pennies that are worth millions. And one of them might be sitting in your change right now. You've probably heard stories of people finding rare treasures. But in the world of numismatics, the Lincoln penny is king. There are specific errors, wrong metals, and doubled dates that the U.S. Mint never intended for you to find. But here's the catch. 99% of people don't know what to look for, so they spend these lottery tickets at the grocery store every single day. In this video, we aren't talking about coins worth $10 or $20. We are diving into the holy grails. I'm going to show you. Today, we are looking at a very specific and exciting year for the Lincoln cent. We are talking about the 1994 1-cent penny. While billions were made, only a few carry the errors and high grades that make them worth a small fortune. If you have a jar of change or a collection of pennies from the 90s, you need to pay close attention. History and technical specifications. The 1994 penny is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial series. By this year, the United States Mint was using a zinc core with a thin copper plating. This composition is important because it led to many of the unique errors we see today. Mintage Philadelphia no mint mark over 6.5 billion. Mintage Denver D mint mark over 7 billion. Weight 2.5 grams. Composition 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. Because the mintage was so high, finding a regular 1994 penny is very easy. But the real money is found in the mistakes made during the minting process. The 1994 double die reverse FS801, this is the most famous error for this year. Collectors call it the extra pillars variety. To find this, you must look at the reverse side where the Lincoln Memorial Building is. Look specifically at the empty bays or the spaces between the columns. On a rare 1994 DDR, you will see extra vertical lines that look like extra columns sitting inside the building. This doubling is very clear under a magnifying glass. Market value and price. A 1994 Philadelphia DDR in a standard high grade like MS64 is worth $182. However, if you find a perfect specimen in MS68 red condition, the price can reach a massive $7,066.1994. D Denver high-grade rarities. The Denver Mint usually produced very high-quality coins this year. Most of the 1994 D pennies you find will be worth just 1 cent. However, if you find one that was kept in a mint set and has absolutely no scratches or marks, you are looking at a high-grade rarity. Market value and price for a 1994 D Lincoln cent graded at MS69 red, which is nearly perfect. The price is currently $525. Even a slightly lower MS68 grade can sell at auction for around $633 depending on the eye appeal. The wide AM versus close AM variety. There is a lot of talk about wide AM and close AM varieties in the 90s. For 1994, all business strike pennies meant for circulation are supposed to have a close AM. This means the letters A and M in the word America on the back should be almost touching. If you find a 1994 penny where the A and M are clearly separated like they are on older pennies, you have found a wide AM error strike. These are very rare for this specific year. Market value and price. A 1994 Lincoln penny with a confirmed wide AM variety in circulated condition can sell $4.89. Plating bubbles and zinc rot errors. Because 1994 pennies are made of zinc, they often suffer from plating blisters. These look like small bubbles or bumps on the surface of the coin. Most collectors consider these minor, but if the bubbles are large or form a specific pattern around Lincoln's head, they become collectible. Market value and price. Dramatic plating errors or large bubbles on a 1994 penny are generally worth $25 to $50 to error specialists. 1994's proof coins. The San Francisco Mint produced special proof coins for collectors. These have a mirror-like finish and very sharp details. These were not meant for circulation, but sometimes they are found in pocket change if someone spent a coin collection. Market value and price. A 1994's proof penny in PR70 deep cameo condition is the highest possible grade and usually sells for around $41. Summary of 1994 penny values. Before you spend your next 1994 penny, Remember these key prices for the rare versions: 1994, Philadelphia DDR MS68, red $70,661,994, Denver DMS 69, red $5,251,994, Philadelphia Standard MS 68, red $1,241,994. Wide AM variety $891994D RPM or die clash $40 to $174. Always check the back of your 1994 pennies for those extra columns. You might be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching and good luck with your coin hunting. Today, we are diving into one of the most confusing yet rewarding years in the history of American minting, 1982. This was a year of massive transition for the U.S. Mint, and tucked away in that chaos is a coin so rare that most collectors will go their entire lives without ever seeing it in person. We aren't just talking about a few $100s here. We are talking about a discovery that defies the odds. Imagine looking through your pocket change and finding a single cent that could potentially be worth price $3.1 million. It sounds like a fairy tale, but in the world of numismatics, the 1982 Lincoln penny holds secrets that can turn copper into literal gold. The great transition of 1982. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we have to look at what was happening at the Mint in 1982. This was the year the Treasury decided that making pennies out of 95% copper was becoming too expensive. The price of raw copper was rising, and it actually cost more than 1 cent to produce a single penny. ASA result. Midway through 1982, the Mint switched the composition to 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating. This created a massive headache for collectors because the Mint produced 7 different varieties of the penny that year, mixing large dates, small dates, and different metal compositions across the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The impossible error, the holy grail we are looking for, is the 1982 D small date bronze penny. Here is the problem. The Denver Mint, marked with a D, was only supposed to strike the small date design on the new, lighter zinc planchets. According to official records, a small date bronze penny from Denver shouldn't exist. Yet a few have been found. These are transitional errors, leftover copper blanks from the previous year that accidentally got fed into the machines at the wrong time. How to identify the winner? If you want to find that price $3.1 million rarity, you need to look for 2 specific things. The small date. Look at the number 8 in 1982. In the small date variety, the loops of the 8 are different sizes, and the top of the 2 is curved differently. The 8 is also further away from the edge of the coin. The weight, crucial. This is the only way to be sure. A standard zinc 1982 penny weighs 2.5 grams. However, the rare bronze error weighs 3.1 grams. Pro tip: you cannot tell the difference by looking at the color. You must use a digital scale that measures to at least 1 decimal point. Why the price is sky high? You might be wondering why a penny would ever reach a valuation like price $3.1 million. In the world of rare coins, value is driven by population. If only 1 or 2 specimens are known to exist in a high-grade condition, the wealthiest collectors in the world will bid against each other until the price reaches the millions. While most 1982 D small date bronze pennies sold at auction have fetched between $10,000 and $20,000, a perfect specimen, one that looks like it just came off the press, sets the stage for record-breaking valuations. As more collectors enter the market and inflation rises, these impossible coins become the ultimate trophy assets. So, the next time you see a 1982 penny, don't just toss it in a jar. Check that date. If it's a small date with a D mint mark, get your scale out. You might be holding a piece of history worth price $3.10 million. Most people walk past a fortune every day because they don't know what to look for. Now you do. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1982 penny, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin hunting secrets. Imagine walking through your front door, emptying your pockets after a long day, and hearing the familiar clink of copper hitting the dresser. To most people, it's just 1 cent, barely enough to buy anything in today's world. But what if I told you that one specific penny from 1976, a year celebrating the American bicentennial, could be the ticket to a life of absolute luxury? Most 1976 pennies are worth exactly 1 cent, or maybe a few dollars if they are in pristine condition. However, the numismatic world is buzzing with a legendary figure. A price tag of $3.10 million. Today, we are diving deep into the history, the minting errors, and the bicentennial era secrets of the 1976 Lincoln cent. We aren't just talking about spare change. We are talking about the holy grail of modern American coinage. Why is this specific year so special? And could you actually be holding a fortune in your hand right now? Let's find out. Visual, documentary footage of 1976 USA celebrations, fireworks, and the original mint presses. 1976 was a massive year for the United States. It was the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. While the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coins got special bicentennial reverse designs, like the colonial drummer, the Lincoln penny stayed modest. It kept the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse designed by Frank Gasparo. Because the mint was focused on producing billions of coins for the anniversary, the 1976 penny was minted in massive quantities, over 4.6 billion at the Philadelphia Mint alone. But in that sea of billions, a few ghosts escaped the factory. These are the coins that collectors dream about. When we talk about a value reaching $3.1 million, we aren't talking about a normal coin. We are talking about an impossible error that theoretically shouldn't exist. 3. The $3.1 million anomaly visual. Detailed graphics showing the difference between a D, Denver, S, San Francisco, and no mint mark, Philadelphia penny. Transition to a high-quality 3D render of a double die effect. So, how does a penny reach the price of $3.1 million? In the world of high-stakes coin collecting, rarity is king, but error is the emperor. For a 1976 penny to command this level of money, it must be a unique specimen. Collectors often look for transitional errors or off-metal strikes. In the mid-70s, the mint was experimenting with different compositions. If a 1976 penny was accidentally struck on a planchet intended for a different coin, perhaps a foreign denomination or a leftover silver blank from the San Francisco Mint, the value skyrockets. But it's not just about what it's made of, it's about the condition. We are talking about a specimen grade or a perfect MS-70 red finish. When a coin is the only one of its kind known to exist in the entire world, the auction floor becomes a battlefield. That $3.1 million price is a testament to the fact that coin collecting is no longer just a hobby. It is a high-end investment market. Visual. Split screen showing a normal 1976 penny versus an error penny with highlighted areas, date, Liberty text, and Lincoln's eye. Before you go raiding your piggy bank, you need to know exactly what to look for. Not every 1976 penny is a winner. Here is your checklist. Double die obverse. Look at the word Liberty and the date, 1976. Do the letters look blurry or doubled? If the doubling is sharp and distinct, you found something special. Repunched mint marks. Check the D below the date. If it looks like the letter was stamped twice, it adds immediate value. Die cracks. Look for thin raised lines of copper running through Lincoln's head or across the memorial building. Luster. A red penny is worth significantly more than a brown one. If yours looks like it just came out of the press yesterday, keep it safe. The $3.1 million coin is the extreme exception, but many 1976 errors sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars every single month on auction sites. Visual, host on camera or high-quality stock footage of a person looking through a magnifying glass with a call to action. The story of the $3.1 million 1976 penny reminds us that treasures are hidden in plain sight. It's a piece of American history that passed through 1,000 hands before someone realized its true worth. Most people will spend these coins on a pack of gum or leave them in a jar for years. But now you know better. You know that a simple date and a tiny mistake can turn a cent into a fortune. So, the next time you get change back at the grocery store, take a second. Look at the date. Check the luster. Because you might just be holding the next multimillion-dollar discovery. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We're uncovering the secrets of the mint every week. Who knows? Maybe the next video will be about a coin you already own.